Hello, hello, and welcome to www.liberiamade.net. Today is Easter Sunday. I just came from church, and I have an important message for you. And the topic today is in Liberia is about the UBF, Mason, and other secret societies that is starting to emerge back in the cities and towns of Liberia. And the reason why I want to talk to you about it is about the danger of these societies being in the midst, being encouraged, being brought back to Liberia. What is the significance? What is UBF? What is missing? Why do we need those societies in Liberia today? Do we really need them? What are they going to contribute to the growth and development of Liberia? The UBF, Mason, and other societies. What did they in the past contribute to Liberia for the growth and the benefit of all Liberians? To the best of my knowledge, UBF, Macy have no significance, have no basis, have no other credentials, or have no other contributing genuine reasons for which we should allow them to exist in Liberia today. The purpose of the UBF, as you may know, is a kind of society that is brought about by a few people to seek the interest and the welfare of their members. Democracy, justice, human right is one face. UBF, Masons, is another face. They are not the same. They don't come together. So, if we want justice, human right, democracy in Liberia, there is no need. We should not give a place to institutions that is going to bring about disregard for the rule of laws, that is going to promote more disregard for the laws on the book of Liberia. Why UBF? UBF does not care for democracy. UBF of Mason do not regard human rights. UBF and Mason do not provide justice. When you are a member of UBF, let me ask you one question before though. When you are a member of UBF, UBF was in Liberia before, Mason were in Liberia before. If you were in the UBF, first of all, it became to a point where almost most of the government officials, in fact, to have a position, you have to join the UBF or the Mason. So it became a class of people, all Liberians, established to dominate, to rule, not to lead, but to rule Liberia. And so, if you were offended by a member in the UBF and you went to court, and the judge is member of the UBF, the poor man who is not in the UBF or member of the UBF was never given justice. As soon as they get to the courthouse, they have a way of making their sound either like this or something like this, however they can do. Sometimes like they drag their foot, and that became the law of the land. That became the justice. That was it. The poor man will have to go with tears, crying. He has just been denied justice. Because the UBF man, his colleague, who is a judge, doesn't care for that guy. He protects him. It was for the benefit of the members of the UBF. So you cannot say you want democracy. You cannot say you want justice in Liberia when you are bringing by things that divided Liberia, institutions that divided Liberia, institutions that brought hatred, institutions that got people afraid. You can't do that. Every Liberian should speak up now. This is the best time. This is the best opportunity we have. We have gone through 14 years of civil war. There are so many things that led to the war. The institution of UBF and Macy was one of those contributing fighters because they had a law book in Liberia, but they were not interpreting the law in Liberia. Because a poor man and a non-UBF or non-Macy member could not win a case against a UBF member. Two, if you're not a UBF member and there was an application to look for a job, and the UBF member went to look for a job, you and the UBF man, they could trash your application despite your college graduate, despite your profession, and employ the UBF member, brothers. They call them brothers and sisters. How many people were in the UBF in Liberia? You can agree with me that those who were not members of the UBF were more than those who were members of the UBF. But you can also agree with me that those who were members of the UBF were ruling Liberia. They could commit crime and go free. They can come and do you wrong, they will go free. You go to court in Liberia, we call it no head, no tail. So we are going to school. So if we are going to school, then Liberia will be a place of competition. If you qualify, you go apply for a job, the decision to hire you must be based on your qualifications. Should not be based because you're a UBF or Macy member. It is frightening. It is divisive. It retards growth. People will corrupt. They will eat the government money. And when they go to court, they will do nothing to them because they are members of UBF and Macy. They will come and hit your car. The poor man driving his car in the street. They will hit his car. They go to court. They will do nothing to the UBF member because he is UBF member. And the poor man will have to stop driving that car. His family will have to go with hunger. Their children can't go to school. I want you to name, sit down, write for yourself. Why is it necessary to have UBF in Liberia and Macy? If you give me 10 reasons, I will give you 200 reasons why we should not have that. This is now how we're going to develop Liberia. And we're going to have to be speaking up now than ever before as Liberians. We should not sit down and allow things to happen to Liberia that will be beyond our control because we can begin to fix it. We saw, do we remember? We are so silent. We are so afraid to speak up in Liberia until the people who we entrusted our security, our life into their hands, took advantage of it. They got us killed. They got us robbed. They defrauded us, took our resources. Some of us that are living today, it was a blessing of God. It was not the blessing of those we entrusted our security to. It was not the blessing of people who are in UBF of Macy. We should not forget. We should rise up at this time, speak up. We should demand to restore institutions of democracy so that Liberia can comply and meet the standard of international civilization. If Liberia and we Liberians want to be in the Commonwealth of Nations, we must never allow those institutions that will be division so that when the investor comes to Liberia, they commit crime against him. He's not going to go nowhere because the UBF member missing people did it. There are so many dangerous consequences. Speak up now. We don't need it in Liberia. We don't need it in Liberia. I don't need it in Ufa County. We don't need it in Grand Gita. We don't need it in Riverside. We don't need it in Cape Palmas. We don't need it in River G. We don't need it in Grand Bassa. We don't need it anywhere. UBF and Macy have no place in Liberia. It is not for good of the people. It's for evil and division and the clique for few people to eat the resources of Liberia, to eat our money, our wealth. Stop. 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 Okay? Lebanon, UBF, and Mason. Thank you.